Hey LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K Universe Mode. Welcome to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view Season 3. It is just me here. This is the beginning of a, unfortunately, new era in the LS11 Universe. Ray will no longer be joining us for every single pay-per-view. He will be here for the 5 AEW pay-per-views a year and the big 4 WWE shows. But we're kicking off with a huge matchup, the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women. And as you can see here, it is gotta be Bayley coming out to kick us off because no one else breaks the game just this bad, do they? Well, anyways, last year's women's Money in the Bank winner making her way to the ring, the self-professed role model Bayley making her way to the ring. Like I said, she cashed it. She not only won the briefcase last year, but she successfully cashed it in back at SummerSlam against the, well, now current Raw Women's Champion, the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley. Bayley looking to become a 2-time Money in the Bank winner tonight, the first one we've ever had if she were to do that. But she is the first of the 8 women to enter tonight. I will apologize if I seem a little off. This is my first solo post-commentary in years. Since, I don't even remember when. But here comes a fan favorite to win it tonight. The goddess of Monday Night Raw, now of Friday Night SmackDown, Alexa Bliss, making her way to the ring. Many people want to see Alexa Bliss win tonight. You see this attire she's got on. She's looking to be the Iron Woman of this matchup, looking to claim the briefcase for herself. Alexa Bliss, for the second year in a row, enters the Money in the Bank ladder match, looking to become the Money in the Bank contract holder. We're just waiting to see when Alexa Bliss is going to take that next big step and eventually take a championship here in the LS11 Universe. Out next, from Monday Night Raw, it's Dakota Kai making her way to the ring. She actually teamed up with Bayley to qualify for this matchup. Dakota Kai did. She's making her way to the ring now. So Dakota Kai making her way to the ring. Looking forward to this one. Dakota Kai, I think she's one of those people, she's a real dark horse in this matchup. We're waiting to see her get that big breakout moment. I think tonight, like I said, tonight could be that night for Dakota Kai as she makes her way to the ring. As I said, she and Bayley teamed up. They knocked off the team of Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter to qualify for this matchup. So Dakota Kai has made her way to the ring. Out next is the Genius of the Sky of Friday Night SmackDown. She was one of the first women to qualify for Money in the Bank. It's Io Shirai making her way to the ring. Io Shirai, a woman that, much like Alexa Bliss, many people are just kind of waiting to see her take that next big step towards becoming a top player in the WWE. Io Shirai, the Genius of the Sky, making her way to the ring tonight. Big opportunity for her as well, looking to become Miss Money in the Bank, looking to essentially achieve glory that not many others have been able to. Only one person has been Miss Money in the Bank before this, and it was Bayley. So Bayley not only could become the second ever Miss Money in the Bank, but could become a 2-time Money in the Bank holder. Of course, we didn't have the women's briefcase yet in Season 1. That was a booking oversight on my part. But this year, we've got the women's Money in the Bank briefcase yet again. Hey, it's batting 1,000 on cash-in so far. So Io Shirai makes her way to the ring. Out next, a heavy favorite to win it. The EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, Bianca Belair did something not many people have been able to do before to qualify for Money in the Bank. She beat Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler, who, keep in mind, has only been defeated a handful of times in the West Sullivan universe, and I guess to put it most bluntly, she's one of the few people to have beaten Shayna Baszler without having to roll her up for the win. I think only 4 people ever have done that. So Bianca Belair looking to become EST in the bank, as some of you have dubbed her if she were to win the night. Bianca Belair makes her way to the ring. Big opportunity to break out for her. Out next, she's one of the newest members of Friday Night SmackDown, the Toxic Mandy Rose. Every rose has its thorns, and Mandy Rose is no different. This woman is dangerous. She is bitter. She is tired of being someone's sidekick, being someone's assistant, their valet, as she was for the first 2 seasons here. She's taking matters into her own hands. She is looking to become Miss Money in the Bank tonight. Mandy Rose makes her way to the ring. Mandy Rose, like I said, a dark horse pick, that's for sure. Not many people are betting on her to win it, but everyone in this matchup, I say, has a great chance at winning it. You look at this lineup of all 8 women, I could see any of them walking out of this match as Miss Money in the Bank. Mandy Rose has made her way to the ring. Out next, she was the last woman to qualify, Toni Storm, a former SmackDown Women's Champion, making her way to the ring. Toni Storm looking to make it Tony time here on Money in the Bank. Toni Storm has made her way to the ring tonight. Well, out next, beloved by everyone, not a single hater in the entire wrestling community, has earned all of her opportunities, has never coasted on her last name. Charlotte Flair making her way to the ring. She definitely wasn't handed the slot in Money in the Bank. Oops, sorry, I was reading my notes upside down for all of that. Just pretend everything I said was the complete opposite. So Charlotte Flair making her way to the ring. Charlotte Flair makes her way to the ring tonight. The Queen of WWE, as she calls herself, entering Money in the Bank, and the whole ring circling her. They aren't particularly thrilled that she's in this matchup. Here we go. Oh, Io Shirai meet out of the ring. Dakota Kai going after going after Mandy Rose. Charlotte Flair and Toni Storm going at it. Bianca Belair and Bayley facing off. I always love the Money in the Bank matchups in the West Universe because it's one of the only times in the entirety of the season that you see people from Raw and SmackDown facing off. Because really the only other times you see that are the Royal Rumble and then the Kross-branded match at WrestleMania, which is probably a thing of the past now for us. As Alexa Bliss introducing the first ladder into the matchup. Bliss picks the ladder up. Io Shirai taking the ladder away from there. Whoa! Io Shirai with a ladder strike to Bliss. And again, as Mandy Rose picks Dakota Kai up by her hair. And Bayley throwing Bianca Belair across the ring. And there's a Hurricane Rana from Io Shirai. As Io Shirai now off the ropes. Io Shirai. Drop kick to the head of Bliss. Bianca Belair. Oh, Charlotte dumped out under Toni Storm. Bianca Belair and Bayley going at it. Io Shirai's got Alexa Bliss in the ropes. Io Shirai now turns over. I believe that is Alexa Bliss, yes. Full disclaimer, I'm sitting about 10 feet away from the, or probably about almost 20 feet away from the screen today. As, oh, into the ring apron goes Mandy Rose. Hurricane Rana from Bliss to Shirai. Charlotte throws Toni Storm back into the ring. And Bliss swinging that ladder. Hits Charlotte in the back with it. Into a cover. And now Io Shirai and Alexa Bliss battling atop the ladder. One of these women could try and pull down the briefcase here. Oh, Charlotte pulling Shirai off. Down goes Bliss. Now Charlotte going after Toni Storm. Dakota Kai kicking Mandy Rose into one of the announce tables out here. And that was a kick to the wrist from Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair. Oh, a big chop. Mandy Rose slammed into the apron by Dakota Kai. Toni Storm has the ladder up. She hits Bliss with it. Now she hits Charlotte with it. Toni Storm swinging wild. As Alexa Bliss has the ladder, she sets it up. Alexa Bliss going up to the top, and Alexa Bliss up to the top. No! She's taken down. The ladder gives way underneath her. Now Toni Storm with an uppercut. Io Shirai laid out across the ladder. Storm picking her back up to her feet now, and Toni Storm with Io Shirai. Out of the ring you go. Back in now comes Bayley. And now Dakota Kai grabs Bayley. Out of the ring goes Bayley. Charlotte picks up the ladder, but drops it. Charlotte went for a spear, and Dakota Kai just kicked her in the face. Kai now hits Bayley with the ladder. Here comes Belair. Kai sets up the ladder. Bianca Belair kicks Dakota Kai in the ribs. And a sidewalk slam to Kai. And now an elbow strike from Toni Storm. Turns around Io Shirai. Oh, running attempted kick there from Alexa Bliss. Bayley jumped out of the ring. Bulldog from Bliss. Toni Storm going up to Dakota Kai. Punching her in the back. Dakota Kai kicks her in the ribs. This matchup, it's so unpredictable. It can go any way at a time. Bliss with the DDT. Kai with the chiropractor. Bodies are flying everywhere as Alexa Bliss is atop the ladder. And there are bodies everywhere in the ring. Bliss attempting to unhook the Money in the Bank briefcase. Dakota Kai pushes the ladder over. And now what's going to happen here? Charlotte Flair. Electric chair to Alexa Bliss. Dakota Kai wiped out of the ring. Bayley going ham with that ladder now. Mandy Rose sliding back into the ring. Bayley hits Flair with the ladder. And now Bayley with the ladder hits Flair in the ribs with it. Charlotte Flair in some trouble now as Bayley sets up the ladder. Bayley going up the ladder. Bayley. Oh no, Io Shirai shutting it down. Oh, and Toni Storm kicks the ladder over, taking out Bayley. Mandy Rose plants Dakota on the outside. Toni Storm with a package powerbomb. Charlotte Flair catching the rope. She grabs Bianca Belair, throws her out of the ring. Drop kick from Dakota Kai. Toni Storm. German suplex to Io Shirai. Charlotte's got the ladder. Charlotte Flair hits Toni Storm. Charlotte's all alone. Charlotte. Oh, there's Alexa Bliss, though. Alexa Bliss going after Charlotte Flair now. Trying to take her down. Trying to take her off the ladder. Bayley back in the ring now, as is Toni Storm. And now Bayley, Toni Storm, and Alexa Bliss take down Charlotte with a big triple team. Drop kick from Bliss. Bayley's atop the ladder alone now. Bliss trying to push over the ladder. Shirai joining her. And down goes the ladder, but Bayley still hanging on. Io Shirai dumps Alexa Bliss out of there. Oh, Bayley barely missing that ladder as Mandy Rose power bombs her. This matchup is pure chaos. As now Io Shirai picking the ladder back up. Mandy Rose unprettier to Toni Storm. Oh, and Io Shirai throws the ladder, nearly hits Bayley with it. Io Shirai calling Bayley up to her feet. And Io Shirai. Oh, Mandy Rose interrupts. Now Io Shirai. Oh! Mandy Germaned onto the ladder. Alexa Bliss wipes out Io Shirai. Belair now in the ring. She's trying to climb the ladder. Dakota Kai trying to shut it down. She pushes the ladder over. And now Dakota Kai. Powerbomb. Bayley. Suplex to Charlotte. Dakota Kai has a ladder. She's walking around the ring with it. Kai now setting the ladder up. Dakota Kai. Well, Bayley's perched up top. And now out of the ring goes Dakota Kai. German suplex from Toni Storm. Alexa Bliss throws Bayley into the corner. And now Alexa Bliss. Oh, Toni Storm going after Mandy Rose. Toni Storm. Oh, Dakota Kai grabs her. Bayley turns Alexa Bliss around. This is just an absolute madhouse going on in the ring. As Dakota Kai now with the ladder up. Dakota Kai sets the ladder down now. She grabs Bayley and spins her around. Dakota Kai dumping Bayley over the top rope. Mandy Rose now going after Alexa Bliss. Oh, a big kick from Dakota Kai. Alexa Bliss with a ladder shot. Now Bliss alone in the ring, but here comes Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair punches her in the back now, and Flair spins her around and dumps her out of the ring. Flair following her out of the ring. Io Shirai now alone in the ring, and Shirai going after her ladder. Bayley's got the ladder now. She swings it at Belair. And Bayley swings it again. Toni Storm back, Alexa Bliss back in the ring now. Had the wrong blonde. Alexa Bliss with a neckbreaker to Toni Storm. Dakota Kai. Oh, Io Shirai knocks her in the ropes. Now Dakota Kai kick to the back of Io Shirai. And again. Charlotte Flair dumps Alexa Bliss out of the ring. Dakota Kai's got the ladder in hand. Oh, and Bianca Belair causes it to fall onto her. That's gotta hurt. Mandy Rose slides back in the ring. Everyone back in the ring now. Everyone's in the ring for the first time probably since the start of the match. As Bianca Belair, what's she doing here? Oh, falls with Bayley backwards. Unprettier to Dakota Kai. And now Bianca Belair picking the ladder up. Oh, and Mandy Rose taking the ladder from Bianca. Swings it at Bianca's back. And up Mandy Rose swings the ladder now. Mandy Rose. Now she's scaling the ladder. Mandy Rose at the top of the ladder, but everyone is there to make sure that doesn't happen. And Io Shirai. Oh, a powerbomb from Kai. Mandy Rose managed to dodge the ladder strike from Kai. Kai got her with that one, though. Dakota Kai swinging the ladder like wild now. Mainly after Mandy Rose at the moment. Rose rolls out of the way. Rose grabs the ladder now. Mandy Rose swings it in the face. Alexa Bliss in the corner of the ring now. It's Alexa Bliss, Toni Storm, and Mandy Rose on their feet. Io Shirai's been picked up. Mandy Rose quickly scampering up the ladder again, but every time Mandy Rose climbs the ladder, there's a whole mob of women right there ready to stop her. Oh! Insult to injury now to Flair. Bliss on fire. She just power bombed Mandy Rose onto that ladder. Now Io Shirai with the ladder in hand. She's swinging it like crazy. Now she gets Bianca Belair and Dakota Kai. Charlotte Flair has Alexa Bliss up. And now Charlotte takes her down. Bayley dumps Bianca Belair over the top rope. Bayley, forearm strike. Bayley now with a twist of fate in the ropes. Toni Storm with just a running takedown to Mandy Rose. DDTs her on the outside. Kick to the head there from Shirai to Flair. Bayley throws the ladder at Bianca Belair. And now Bayley, what's she thinking here? Knee strike from Mandy Rose. Bayley dives out. Bianca out of the way, though. Bianca Belair with a right hand to the back. Bianca Belair pops her up. And look at the strength of Belair on display here. She's doing a few press-ups with Bayley on her shoulders. Mandy Rose slides the ladder into the ring now. Down goes Bayley off a suplex. I'm trying to get some color in here for commentary, but it's very hard with 8 bodies flying around at once. And Mandy Rose, all alone atop the ladder. Mandy Rose just won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Everyone else was distracted on the outside, and Mandy Rose just won Money in the Bank. Mandy Rose is Miss Money in the Bank. What an opening contest we just had, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have our first of 2 triple threat matches. This one for the Intercontinental Championship. Out first, he is the one and only Ricochet, making his way to the ring. The one and only Ricochet, looking to win the Intercontinental Championship tonight. It'd be the first time in his career that he becomes the Intercontinental Champion if he were to win tonight. It's a big opportunity. He kind of talked his way into this matchup, kind of goaded the champion and other challenger into bringing him in for a triple threat match, bringing up the fact that he beat both of them in a fatal 4-way last month to become #1 contender for the Vengeance pay-per-view. So Ricochet has made his way to the ring. Out next, representing the way, here comes Rampage Brown, the muscle of the way, to the ring. Rampage Brown makes his way to the ring now. This is his first title opportunity here in WWE. Now here comes the champion. Karrion Kross making his way to the ring. Looking to make his challengers tonight fall and pray. This man has only been pinned once in his entire career in the LS11 universe. Karrion Kross makes his way to the ring for this big triple threat match. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Without further ado, here we go. It's Ricochet versus Rampage Brown versus Karrion Kross. Here we go. Oh, Ricochet with a super kick. Wiping out the Intercontinental Champion immediately. Rampage Brown, he's just going to take a moment of time. He learned from Johnny Gargano after all. Oh, and Karrion Kross is just calling Ricochet an idiot right now. Saying, why the hell would you do that? Rampage with a DDT. Karrion Kross with an elbow to the knee, and Karrion Kross with a clothesline. Kross now, no Rampage. Shoulder block to Karrion Kross. Oh, and Rampage just picking up the champion by his face. Punches him in the ribs now, and Rampage picks up Kross, takes him down. Rampage Brown grabs Karrion Kross. Kross dumps him over the top rope. Karrion Kross went for close, and Ricochet with a kick to the head. Rampage Brown back into the ring now. Ricochet. Head scissor takes him down. Ricochet picks him up to his feet. Ricochet throws him in the corner. Ricochet with a crossbody. Ricochet off the ropes. Springboard uppercut. Now Karrion Kross up on the apron. We are seeing a whole new side of Ricochet right now because he is going after everyone and not wasting any time doing it. Now, oh, Rampage throws Karrion Kross in the corner. Clothesline attempt. Rampage Brown, no. Karrion Kross taking the big man off of his feet. There's a kick from Kross. And a kick to the ribs. Rampage. Oh, Kross rakes the ice, and Kross went for a clothesline. Rampage, elbow strike. And another. Oh, look at this. Ricochet's entered the ring. And again. Shooting star press. This has got to be the most in peril we've seen Karrion Kross' title reign. He doesn't have to be pinned or submitted to lose it tonight. And now Ricochet backside, like right here. If Ricochet gets the 3 count, it's over. 1. No. Ricochet up to the top. Ricochet went for a Phoenix Splash. No. Rampage got the knees up. Karrion Kross slides in the ring now. And Karrion Kross, no Rampage with the right hand. Rampage Brown with an elbow. And again, knocking back Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross, no Rampage with a punch to the ribs. Ricochet now. I think Ricochet and Rampage need to realize they got to work together to get Karrion Kross out of this one. They need to realize that as Kross goes for the ride on the Doomsday Saito. Ricochet, whoa, oh, roll up. Ricochet, no, he has him in the ropes. Ricochet's got the speed advantage of these two, but they've got the size advantage over him. They can just swat him out of the air just like that. As now Kross rolls over Rampage. 2, no. Rampage rounds the shoulder up. Elbow strike to the head of Karrion Kross. Now Rampage, good lord, that boot nearly turning the Intercontinental Champion inside out. Ricochet tries to springboard in. Ricochet might be a little too late. Whoa! Karrion Kross, good lord. We talk about this being one of the most resilient guys in WWE. He nearly didn't kick out of that. And there's a right hand now from Ricochet. He puts Karrion Kross in the corner. Kross turns him around. Now Ricochet knocked out of the ring by Kross. Rampage pulls him in. Tilt-a-whirl slam. Cover. 1, 2, no. Now Rampage. Rampage. Looking for spear. Ricochet springs back in the ring. Ricochet kicks Rampage to get him off of Kross. Rampage went for a right hand. Ricochet super kick. And now the one and only to the top. Karrion Kross, look out. Oh, Ricochet whiffs the Phoenix Splash. Punch to the back of the head. Karrion Kross, same way he won the title. Cover. 1, 2. Oh my gosh, Ricochet kicked out. Now Karrion Kross going to the back. Or Rampage going to the back of Karrion Kross. Rampage with Kross. Hung up in the ropes, upside down now. Karrion Kross in trouble. Rampage putting the boot to the head. Down goes Karrion Kross. Kross getting knocked back. Right hand. Rampage went for an uppercut. Kross with a forearm. And now Rampage Brown with Karrion Kross up to the top rope. This is going to be dangerous. Rampage looking to end it here. This is going to be a huge... This is going to shake the ring. Superplex. And now Ricochet. Head scissor to Rampage. Ricochet to the top for the 630 senton. Cover. 1, 2, 3, no. The one and only nearly had gold for the second time in his career. Ricochet puts him in the corner now. Ricochet with Rampage in the corner. Rampage fighting out now. Ricochet knocks him back. Ricochet. Oh, a boot from Rampage. Kross with a tackle. Into a cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Rampage. Rampage getting called back up to his feet now. Karrion Kross. There's the punch to the back of the head again. Ricochet. Oh, Karrion Kross saw him coming. Ricochet picking him up to his feet. Ricochet. STO to Karrion Kross. Super kick. Oh, and a chop to Rampage. Super kick attempt. Rampage ducked him. Rampage grabs the one and only. Ricochet up to the top rope. Ricochet. Another 630. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, Karrion Kross with the save. And now, oh, Kross power bombs him onto Rampage. Covers Rampage and a kick out. Now Rampage turning over Karrion Kross. Rampage Brown kicks him in the head. Getting kicked in the head by Kross. Now Karrion Kross. Armbar. Armbar in on Rampage. Is Rampage going to tap? Rampage Brown turns it over. Ricochet. 450 cross body. Just Ricochet things, you know? It's just what he does. This is an easy day for him. Cover now by Rampage. Ricochet making sure that doesn't happen. He picks Karrion Kross up to his feet now, and Ricochet. He's been in the land of the monsters as Rampage knocks both of them down. Rampage Brown taking down both men. Cover to Ricochet. 1. No, Ricochet kicks out. And now Rampage Brown picking him up to his feet. Rampage went for a right hand. Knocks back Ricochet. Right hand again connects. And no, Ricochet counters. Ricochet went for a super kick. Rampage counter. Ricochet, no. Kick to the knee from Rampage. Now Rampage. Right to the eyes from Ricochet. Ricochet went for a head scissor. Rampage. Elbow strike. Rampage has him in the ropes. Right hand connects. Rampage knocking him down, and Rampage Brown with Ricochet. Puts him up against the ropes, and Ricochet in trouble. Rampage whips off throws. Clothesline from Karrion. Now Karrion Kross punches Rampage in the back of the head. Ricochet getting back to his feet now. Ricochet. Oh, Hurricane Rana. Ricochet, the one and only, going up to the top. Ricochet. 630. Cover to Brown. 1, 2. New Intercontinental Champion. Ricochet, for the second time in his career, can call himself a champion. The one and only has gold. We got more up next as the Raw Women's title is on the line. As here comes Liv Morgan to the ring. Liv Morgan, like I said, a fan favorite. You guys have been clamoring for Liv Morgan to get that big breakout opportunity. Here it is tonight. She has been on a roll here in Season 3. And that roll has sent her right into Money in the Bank, where she's not in the ladder match. No. She is going straight for the Women's Championship. She's she's going to take on one of the most dominant champions across any and all divisions and genders. Rhea Ripley making her way to the ring. Rhea Ripley making her way to the ring. The Raw Women's Champion. She is fast approaching that 1 year mark. She's had the championship for about roughly 8 months now. So, you know, she's fast approaching that 1 year mark as champion, but she's got an arguably incredible competitor up against her now in Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's been beating the top stars of Raw. She beat Shayna Baszler and Raquel Gonzalez in a triple threat to get here, and she starts out with a clothesline. Liv Morgan going after Rhea Ripley right now. Liv Morgan firing away. Rhea now picks her up, and Rhea with a back body drop. And now Rhea goes for a kick. Liv Morgan out of the way. Liv Morgan, no. Rhea going for elbow strikes. Rhea grabs Liv from behind now, and Rhea. Whoa, Liv Morgan, backflip. Morgan, oh, O'Connor roll. Turns it into a bridge for the title. One. No, Rhea Ripley kicks out. Cover. No. Rhea with a stun gun. And now Liv Morgan. Oh, big running clothesline again. Liv up to the top rope. Liv Morgan comes up the top now. She picks Rhea Ripley back up to her feet. Liv Morgan into a guillotine. Liv Morgan guillotine on Ripley. It's been so much offense on behalf of Morgan right now. It's been like an 80-20 split this match so far. But now Rhea Ripley grabs her, and Rhea suplexes her with force on that one. Rhea Ripley now picking her up to her feet, and Rhea Ripley kicks her in the ribs. Rhea drills her in the mat. Cover. 1, 2, no. They went for a kick. Rhea sweeps the leg. Liv Morgan goes for a kick now, and Rhea Ripley out of the ring goes Liv. Liv Morgan with elbows to Rhea Ripley. Rhea thrown back into the ring. Liv Morgan going to the top rope. Liv Morgan up to the top. And Liv Morgan went for an elbow. Rhea out of the way. There's a kick from Rhea Ripley. There's a kick now. Rhea Ripley, now we're seeing her on the roll that we normally see her on in her title defenses. Liv Morgan fighting back though. Liv Morgan. Oh, Rhea's got her. Rhea Ripley. Powerbomb. A power bomb from Rhea Ripley. Now she's calling Liv Morgan up to her feet, and Rhea Ripley looking to end it with a riptide. Liv Morgan hit the ropes. There's a neck breaker from Liv. And now Rhea Ripley pops her up. Huge Uranagi side slam from Rhea. Liv Morgan now Hurricane Rana takes down Rhea. Liv Morgan going to the top. Liv Morgan, huge opportunity here for Liv. Liv Morgan off the top, crossbody to Rhea's back. Liv Morgan pulls herself up to her feet now, and Liv grabs Rhea Ripley up to her feet, and Liv Morgan. Here we go. What's Liv thinking here? Forearm strike, Liv. Oh, Rhea Ripley with a kick to the ribs, and now Rhea pulls her in. Rhea, here we go again. A second. Riptide connects. 1, 2, 3. What? Oh my God. Now Rhea pops her up, and Rhea Ripley powerbomb to Morgan. Rhea picks her back up to her feet now. Spear! Could have broken her in half there. No, again Liv Morgan kicked out. Rhea Ripley, there's the big boo. And that's it. Rhea Ripley once again retains tonight, but good Lord, a star was born tonight, and her name is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's going to be a women's champion one day, mark my words. I haven't a doubt in my mind that Liv Morgan is going to be a champion one day. Just not tonight. Rhea Ripley is still the Raw Women's Champion. We got more coming up next. Though, ladies and gentlemen. Sami Zayn, Brock Lesnar, and remember, after this matchup, win, lose, or draw for Brock, he has promised, he's agreed that we will find out who his sponsor is. I'd also like to acknowledge I started this 4 weeks ago. WWE started it literally the week after. I'm not saying I want royalties, but Ray's not here to reel me in from these bits. Like I said, though, don't worry. Speaking of gingers, as we see Sami Zayn making his way to the ring, Ray Wood will be back in a few weeks' time for All Out in the other universe mode. He'll still be here for every Big Four show, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. He'll be here for TakeOver the End in just 6 weeks' time. He'll be here for all of the All Elite Wrestling 5 pay-per-view a year, Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out, Full Gear, and Double or Nothing, Revolution, Full Gear, All Out, and whatever the other. I'll remember it in a minute. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, making his way to the ring. Yeah, I guess it's only 4, never mind. Brock Lesnar marching his way to the ring tonight. Back on track, sorry. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, is here. He's been picking up, as Sami Zayn put it, he's been picking a fight with guys he knows he can beat. Guys like Titus O'Neil, Dominic Mysterio, guys like that. He asked Brock, what's going to happen when someone finally comes to you? The Beast Incarnate is here. Here we go. Oh, there's a German. And another. Sami pulls himself back into the... Sami Zayn. Now he's punching Brock. Sami Zayn. STO. Now Brock sweeps the leg of Sami. Brock Lesnar tries to grab Sami. And now Brock slamming him to the mat. And there's a German. And another. And Sami Zayn. For a neck breaker, Brock Lesnar turn around. There's an knee strike. And another German. Zayn takes him down, kick to the back. Now Brock Lesnar. Oh God, another German. Brock Lesnar is ragdolling Sami Zayn around the ring. Sami Zayn told Brock, what happens when someone picks a fight with you? We're seeing what's happening tonight, but Sami Zayn fights back with a DDT. Sami Zayn, God love him, he's trying. He's fighting back. He covers Lesnar. 1, 2, no, he only gets a 1. Now Sami, he throws Brock in the corner. Sami with a forearm. Sami Zayn doing his damnedest. He's fighting back. Sami Zayn. Oh, caught with a spine buster from the Beast Incarnate. And now Brock picks him back up, and Lesnar with Zayn into the corner. Lesnar with a knee strike, a stiff knee to Zayn. Zayn out of the way now. Brock Lesnar gets grabbed. Sami Zayn throws him across the ring. Sami, no, Brock out of the way. And now Brock Lesnar. Oh God, there's another German. Sami Zayn gets hung in the ropes on that one. Nearly spilled out of the ring. And now Lesnar with an F5, center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar is your winner. Brock Lesnar beats Sami Zayn with a thunderous F5 in the center of the ring. Brock Lesnar gets the win. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess now the question's going to finally be answered after 3 months. What the hell?
And I'm better.
No way. That's Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, the old owner of WCW, coming into the ring with Brock Lesnar. Joining Lesnar in the ring, Eric Bischoff. Signaling to Lesnar. Do it again. F5 to Sami Zayn again. And Bischoff and Lesnar laughing together about it. The sponsor has arrived. The sponsor is Eric Bischoff. World Heavyweight title up next. Kevin Owens making his way to the ring. Kevin Owens made a shock return recently and knocked off Johnny Gargano in a non-title match. If Johnny Gargano wanted the match is the worst part. He wanted the match. He egged Owens on into having the match. He kept discounting Jeff Hardy, and so he said, I want a real challenge. And out came Kevin Owens making his return for the first time since WrestleMania. And that's how this matchup became a triple threat, kids. As here comes the charismatic Enigma. We're wishing him the best in real life, by the way. Jeff, I hope Jeff Hardy, to the family and friends of Jeff Hardy, we here at LS11 Universe are sending our best wishes Jeff Hardy's way. Jeff Hardy making his way to the ring tonight. He's an innovator of the ladder matches, Jeff Hardy. And he makes his way to the ring tonight. He looks to win his first championship in the LS11 universe tonight as he looks to climb the ladder and become the World Heavyweight Champion. Here comes the world champion. Here comes Johnny Gargano. Gargano making his way to the ring. The World Heavyweight Champion making his way to the ring. Johnny Gargano, this might be his hardest title defense yet. I mean, you know, this time he doesn't really have backup to keep him from losing it if he's about to. Just saying. The World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs tonight in this triple threat ladder match. The prize fighter, the charismatic Enigma, and the scum of SmackDown. Here we go. Oh, Hardy going right after Gargano. This is the first time Hardy's had his chance to get his hands on Gargano after Gargano called him old, washed up, a shell of a human being. As now Kevin Owens drops Hardy onto the ladder. And Gargano swinging that ladder now. Owens going after Hardy. Gargano swings the ladder. Remember, it was just this past Friday when it was Owens versus Hardy in the main event, and Johnny Gargano sent his goon Rampage Brown to sick both of his competitors. Now Johnny Gargano. Oh, Jeff went for the ladder shot. Gargano took the ladder back, hits Jeff Hardy in the face with it. Now Gargano drops the ladder. Owens with a clothesline. Kevin Owens now kick to Johnny Gargano. Kevin Owens now puts his boot to Johnny Gargano's ribs. Kevin Owens has him down, and Kevin Owens taking down Johnny Gargano. Owens, clothesline attempt to Hardy. Hardy now going up to the top. Jeff Hardy went to the top, but Owens swats him off the top rope. Now Kevin Owens wiping out Johnny Gargano. Went for a headbutt. Jeff Hardy gets kicked in the ribs. Owens grabs Hardy. Kevin Owens. Oh, Jeff Hardy into an arm drag to Kevin Owens. Johnny Gargano now has a ladder in hand. Gargano swings the ladder. Hardy dumps Owens out of the ring. And now Gargano driven into the mat by Jeff Hardy. There's Jeff Hardy now grabbing that ladder. And Hardy setting the ladder up in the center of the ring. Jeff Hardy going up to the top. Hardy grabs the world title in hand, but Owens and Gargano push the ladder over. Gargano with an electric chair. Hardy writhing in pain now as Gargano. Owens picks up the ladder. Owens smacks Gargano with it. Gargano now going under Owens. Owens rolls out of the ring. Hardy rolls to his feet. Hardy, kick to the ribs. Jeff Hardy with a forearm strike now. Gargano, no, Hardy gets knocked back. Johnny Gargano clotheslines Jeff Hardy out of the ring. And now Gargano picks the ladder up, and Johnny Gargano with the ladder puts it up in the center of the ring now, and Johnny Gargano going up to the top. Johnny Gargano to the top. Gargano trying to unhook his World Heavyweight title. Owens climbing up the ladder after him. Here comes Jeff Hardy into the mix. Jeff Hardy trying to push the ladder over with both of these guys on it. Is he going to be able to? Now he does! As Owens was doing a little bit of the extra lifting there of pushing Gargano off. And that gave Hardy a bit of an extra boost than he is. Now Jeff Hardy, drop kick to Johnny Gargano. And now Jeff Hardy goes at the top. Gargano springs back to his feet. Hardy wipes out the world champion. And now Hardy grabs the ladder. Owens punches him in the back. Now Gargano swings Owens around, and Gargano with a back body drop to Owens. Jeff Hardy trying to pull himself up to his feet. And, oh, a double axe handle. And now Jeff Hardy up top. Gargano. Oh, he knocks the ladder over with Owens. He lawn darts Owens. And now Jeff Hardy's been wiped out as well. Johnny Gargano turns Jeff Hardy over, and Johnny Gargano with an elbow to the back. Now Gargano going up the ladder. Gargano atop the ladder grabs the world title. Kevin Owens slides back in the ring. And now Kevin Owens climbing up after Gargano again. Kevin Owens, right hand to Gargano. And again, Kevin Owens. This is what the world title means to Owens. Kevin Owens has never held a world title in the LS11 universe. Kevin Owens, he wants the world title. He says he needs to be world champion. He needs it. Or what does he have left in WWE? Jeff Hardy climbs up after Owens. Jeff Hardy throws Owens off of the ladder. Oh, Jeff, what are you doing? Jeff Hardy. Elbow drop off the ladder. And now Jeff Hardy, what's he thinking? What is the charismatic enigma thinking? He's looking to delete the competition tonight. Jeff Hardy pacing around the ring. He's kind of just picking his poison here. He picks up Owens. He kicks Owens. Twist of fate. Gargano getting back to his feet, and Jeff Hardy. Hardy. Baseball slide attempt to Gargano. Gargano slides back in the ring. Hardy went for a forearm. Gargano countered. Gargano with a chop. Forearm strike. Johnny Gargano with Hardy. Into the ladder. Off the ropes. Jumps him. Jumps him again. Into. Uppercut. Hardy rolling to the side as Gargano goes for a ladder strike. Hardy was playing possum. Hardy pops up to his feet, and Jeff Hardy ladder to Gargano. Jeff Hardy now sets up the ladder, and Jeff Hardy going up the ladder. Jeff Hardy. He's up at the top of the ladder again, but Owens pushes him off, causes him to climb back down a rung. Owens and Hardy squaring off the top of the ladder. Down goes Hardy. Owens grabs the world title. Johnny Gargano coming after his gold. Gargano going after Owens. Johnny Gargano, no! Kevin Owens fighting back. Owens to the forearm, and again, and again, and again. Down goes Gargano. Owens now coming after the world title. Kevin Owens trying to unclip the world title. Kevin Owens attempting to unclip the world title here. Jeff Hardy coming after Owens. Hardy now atop the ladder. It's just been a game of cat and mouse of who's going to stay atop the ladder. A real king of the mountain situation here, if you will. And now Hardy. Oh God, what is Jeff thinking here? He turns around. Leg drop to Gargano. Gargano felt all of that. And now Jeff Hardy with Swanton. Swanton to Gargano. Jeff Hardy, the world title is yours, Jeff. Climb that ladder. Jeff Hardy, he's getting close. That world title is going to come down any moment now. Owens now cutting him off. Kevin Owens cutting him off. And now Hardy and Owens, or Gargano and Owens going after Hardy. Hardy takes a nasty spill off the ladder. And now Gargano wipes out Owens as well. Gargano. Double axe handle to Owens. And Johnny Gargano now to the outside. Johnny Gargano telling Owens to get up. Johnny Gargano telling Owens to get up to his feet. What's Johnny thinking here? Owens knocks him to the outside. And now Kevin Owens sets up a ladder. Gargano runs back into the ring. Kevin Owens caught with a super kick. Johnny Gargano takes him down. Johnny Gargano. Uppercut into the corner to Owens. Ladder falls onto Owens. And now Gargano grabs the ladder again. Johnny Gargano with the ladder. Center of the ring. Gargano, what's he thinking here? Picks up Kevin Owens. Johnny Gargano. Right hand to Owens. Full Nelson to Owens. Drives him into the mat. Jeff Hardy getting back up to his feet now. And Jeff Hardy slides back into the ring. Johnny Gargano knocks him down too. Gargano. For a super kick. Hardy out of the way. Gargano goes for a forearm. Hardy throws him over Owens. And now Hardy. Electric chair to Gargano. Jeff Hardy taking down the world champion. Now Jeff Hardy going to the top rope. Jeff Hardy. Elbow to Kevin Owens. And now Hardy rolls to the outside, and Jeff Hardy going up to the ladder here. He grabs the ladder again. Jeff Hardy looking to bring the ladder in. That world title is just a good pull or two away from coming off of that hitch at the top. Jeff Hardy sets the ladder up now, and Jeff Hardy scaling the ladder. Here comes Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano. No, forearm from Hardy. And now Owens pulls Gargano off the ladder. Hardy, world title in hand. Owens and Gargano double teaming to push over the ladder. Hardy still atop it. Owens powerbomb to Hardy. Gargano with one final beat to Kevin Owens. Johnny Gargano grabs a chair. Bringing a chair into the mix, just in case. And now he grabs a ladder. And Johnny Gargano with the ladder in hand now. Johnny pushes the ladder back into the ring, and Johnny Gargano with the ladder back in the ring. Gargano sets the ladder up. Johnny Gargano. It's got to be over. He's atop the ladder. Gargano looking to end it. Kevin Owens back to his feet, though. Owens running back into the ring. Kevin Owens coming back into the ring now. Owens trying to push over the ladder with Gargano on it. Gargano just barely escapes it. Neckbreaker Owens. Now Gargano picks Owens up to his feet, and Johnny Gargano went for a right hand. Owens countered. Owens knocks him back. Owens, whoa, went for the stunner. Gargano, super kick. Bit of an opposite of WrestleMania 15. Went for a super kick to Hardy. Hardy throws him out of the ring. Jeff Hardy. Now he whips Johnny back into the ring. And now Jeff Hardy. Oh, Gargano off the ropes. They collide. Hardy, super kick attempt. Gargano countered. And now Jeff Hardy. Oh, Gargano went for a spear. Hardy countered. And now off the ropes. Oh, there's a ladder shot. And Owens with the ladder standing over Jeff Hardy. Hardy gets back up and takes the ladder from Owens. Jeff Hardy swings the ladder now, and Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma, sets up the ladder. Hardy, forearm to Owens. And now Jeff Hardy, well, he's got Kevin Owens down. Jeff Hardy looking to climb the ladder. Jeff Hardy climbs the ladder. Hardy, moonsault. Hardy moonsaults off the ladder. The guy hasn't missed a beat yet tonight, but Johnny Gargano back in the ring. And Hardy, oh, he grabs Gargano. Gargano flips around. Gargano grabs Hardy, throws him across the ring. And a super kick to Owens. Johnny Gargano goes to the top, and now Gargano, after a hellacious battle, Gargano retains. Johnny Gargano gets the win. Up next, it's time for the United States Championship. Here comes the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura, to the ring. Shinsuke Nakamura looking to win the United States Championship tonight. Shinsuke Nakamura makes his way to the ring. Shinsuke makes his way to the ring. Nakamura looks to become the United States Champion for the first time in his LS11 career tonight. But he has to take on a man who is unpinned and unsubmitted since his return to Universe on draft night. The United States Champion, Samoa Joe. A guy you don't want to be on the wrong side of, and Nakamura finds himself on the wrong side of Samoa Joe, doesn't he? The Samoan Destroyer, the submission machine, Samoa Joe, making his way to the ring. Samoa Joe makes his way to the ring. So without any further ado, the United States Championship is what these two are going to go head-to-head for tonight. Joe has been champion for 2 months now. Shinsuke looking for his second different championship. This would be his third championship reign if he were to win tonight. He's a former 2-time Intercontinental champion. So it's Nakamura as the challenger. The champion is from Huntington Beach, California. He weighs in tonight at 340 pounds. He's the United States champion, Samoa Joe. $282, excuse me. I don't know where I got 340 from. I'm a little tired, okay? A little tired. Normally I get like a 5-minute break between matches, but since this is post commentary, I don't. Here we go. And now Nakamura kicking out the legs of Joe. Nakamura going right for the legs of Joe. Goes for a kick. Samoa Joe grabs Nakamura. Joe throws him in the corner. Samoa Joe with a clothesline. And now Joe picking Nakamura up to his feet. Samoa Joe with Nakamura into the corner. Joe, there's an elbow. Into an enziguri. There's a buckle bomb from Joe. Samoa Joe now picking up Nakamura. Now Nakamura with a punch to Samoa Joe. Joe counters. Joe throws him into the barricades. Throws Nakamura back into the ring now. Samoa Joe picking Nakamura up to his feet. Now Samoa Joe with a kick. And now Nakamura counters. Nakamura takes down Joe. And now Nakamura with Samoa Joe, getting him back up to his feet. And now Nakamura with a forearm. And again turns him around. Shinsuke Nakamura grabs Samoa Joe by the back. Throws him into the corner. Nakamura with Joe. Puts him up on the ropes. And now Nakamura rolls through. And knee strike. Now Nakamura grabs Joe. Elbow strike. And now Nakamura with the knees to Joe. And Nakamura grabs Joe. Throws him in the corner. Nakamura now telling Joe to bring it on, and Joe's down. Nakamura covers him. One. No. Joe gets the shoulders up before even a 1 count. Now Shinsuke picks Samoa Joe up to his feet. Shinsuke Nakamura grabs Samoa Joe. Joe counters. Joe turns it around. Samoa Joe with Nakamura. Takes him down. Crossface. Samoa Joe with a crossface on Nakamura. Nakamura trying to make his way to the ropes. Nakamura. Oh, no. Joe nearly had him, but Nakamura got in the ropes. And now Joe. Urinati slam. Nearly got him. Nakamura turns Joe around. Nakamura. Here we go. Up and over. Down goes Joe. Nakamura could be closing in on the United States title, but Joe kicked his foot into the ropes. By that I mean the referee pushed them in the ropes. You saw it as well as I did. 1, 2, no. Now Shinsuke looking to end it with... Oh, no, Joe spins him around. Joe. Dodge the Kinshasa. Nakamura. Kick to Joe, puts him in the corner. Knee to the back from Nakamura. Cover 1. No. And now Nakamura has down Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe. Nakamura says, come on. And Joe in for a jab. Nakamura had it scouted. Shinsuke Nakamura with Samoa Joe into the corner. Nakamura. Whoa, Joe countered. Joe with a right hand. Samoa Joe. Coquina clutch. Coquina clutch in on Shinsuke. Nakamura with an elbow to Joe. There's a kick from Nakamura. Joe is down now. Nakamura with a kick to the back. Shinsuke Nakamura grabs Samoa Joe by the arm and takes out the arm with a kick. Shinsuke grabs Joe into a cover. Shinsuke Nakamura. 1, 2, no. Shinsuke Nakamura went for a kick to the back. Joe out of the way. Joe throws Nakamura into the corner. Samoa Joe. Oh my God, here we go. Samoa Joe. Here we go. Muscle Buster. Muscle Buster from Samoa Joe to Shinsuke Nakamura. 1, 2, 3. The Destroyer remains champion. Samoa Joe defeats Shinsuke Nakamura. Samoa Joe, your winner, and still the United States champion. We have more coming up. The WWE title will be on the line in about a few minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hardcore legend Mick Foley for a special announcement. So ladies and gentlemen, Mick Foley, the hardcore icon, the hardcore legend himself, coming out tonight here at Money in the Bank. He has a very special announcement to make to all of you here in the LS11 universe. I'm very excited about this one. I hope all of you are as well. I've been teasing it for months, and we all thought, Ray and I thought, who better to have come in and announce tonight's big announcement than Mick Foley himself. So the hardcore icon making his way to the ring, Mick Foley is here. Mick Foley has arrived to Money in the Bank. Let's hear what he's got to say. Let's hear this announcement. Ladies and gentlemen of the LS11 universe, it's fantastic to be here tonight. It's great to see all of you. I am here for something very important. Because I am here to announce that we are introducing a new championship to LS11 universe. Or actually, shall I say, reintroducing an old championship. Because, if you'll excuse me, should be out here somewhere. This is the Hardcore Championship. If you remember, I introduced this a long time ago, back in the Attitude Era. And the Hardcore Championship, starting Monday on Raw, we are going to get ready to crown a new Hardcore Champion. The first champion is going to be crowned in a 6-pack Extreme Challenge matchup next month at Extreme Rules. And from midnight after Extreme Rules, so starting at midnight, 12 a.m. on January 15th, 2022, this championship will be under a 24/7 rule. We are giving the champion the first night, but after that, anyone can win it anytime, any place, anywhere. So you'll have to tune into Extreme Rules to find out who the first champion is. Oh, and of course, this championship can appear on Raw, SmackDown, and even NXT. I look forward to seeing a new champion crowned. LS11 Universe, have a nice day. Well, there you have it, folks. The Hardcore title is coming back. But now it is time for the WWE Championship. Bobby Roode has had a lot of tests as WWE Champion. I mean, the guy's been champion for 10 months as of today. So, it's 10 months worth of challenges. I mean, the Elimination Chamber, a big challenge. But he came out last. The Fatal 5-Way. Yeah, this is a big challenge, but all he had to do was climb a ladder to make sure he won that one for everyone to be distracted, which he did. This is his biggest challenge. Because he has to survive 3 of Monday Night Raw's most dangerous men. First, the Almighty, a member of the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, who has been hungry for a world title for over 340 episodes. Next, the most dominant performer in the entire LS11 universe. The first man to defeat Bobby Roode in singles action without any outside interference since Bobby Roode won the championship. The Blackheart, the former World Heavyweight Champion, the former Intercontinental Champion, the man who main evented WrestleMania this year, Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa, he pinned Bobby Roode to get into this match. Yes, I'm aware that people weren't the most thrilled at the champion losing on the title match, but, you know, it's how it happens sometimes. It's happened in 10 months. So anyways, Tommaso Ciampa making his way to the ring. Tommaso Ciampa is here. Tommaso Ciampa has arrived. This is his first ever match for the WWE Championship. Many have said, if anyone's beating Bobby Roode for that championship after this long, it's Tommaso Ciampa. We're about to find out if that's the case. Here's a real wild card tonight. Big E. Big E, he's a real wild card in this situation because this is his first championship match in the singles stance. He's challenged for the tag titles with the New Day. But this is Big E's first singles title match ever in LSL in the universe. And he can't afford to let tonight be a disappointment. Because Big E, his big thing, his big issue here on Monday nights has been the numbers game. Because he used to have, a faction backing him up in the form of Woods and Kingston and the New Day to help keep other factions at bay. But now, he has to contend against guys like the Hurt Business and the Bloodline and Imperium by himself. Although he has now seemed to have found an ally in Tommaso Ciampa, but Big E, this is his first singles title opportunity tonight. He's got to make sure he impresses. But finally, the champion himself, the man I say, is probably in the most peril of losing his championship he's ever been in. The glorious Bobby Roode. The glorious Bobby Roode making his way to the ring. Bobby Roode marching down to the ring tonight. WWE Championship in hand. It's been a while since we've seen him without it. And it's going to feel weird one day. He's going to lose it one day, and it's going to feel weird to see him without it. But right now, he has it. And that's not changing. At least not until the bell rings. Bobby Roode makes his way to the ring. The WWE Champion. 280 days. Yeah. 280 days as champion. The WWE Championship on the line. That's what these four men face off for. Four of Monday Night Raw's top stars. Lashley, Ciampa, Big E, Roode. Here we go. Ciampa going right for Lashley. Ciampa and Lashley have had problems for months now. Big E coming out to join the mix. Lashley grabs Ciampa, and Lashley throws him into the steps, and Big E is looking to make a statement against the WWE Champion. Now Lashley for an elbow to Ciampa. Ciampa with a chop. Lashley counters. Big E grabs Bobby Roode. Ciampa grabs Lashley, throws him into the barricade. Big E with Bobby Roode. Big E, Bobby Roode fighting back. Ciampa throwing Lashley around ringside. Now Bobby Roode throws Big E across the ringside area. And now Lashley taken down by Ciampa. Big E elbowing Roode. I'm going to get used to not saying Bobby tonight. As Ciampa throws Lashley into the steps. Roode gets shoved down by Big E. Big E runs back into the ring. That's the only place this match is going to end, in the ring. Big E taking down Roode. Cover. 1, no. Ciampa with a boot. And now Roode turns him over, and Roode takes down Big E's arm. Ciampa back into the ring now. Here we go. Ciampa and Roode at it again. Roode fighting back though. Roode went for a spear. Ciampa got the knees up. Ciampa covers Lashley. Big E makes the save. Big E takes down Ciampa. Now Lashley punches Big E in the gut. And now Ciampa. Oh, Lashley with a right hand to Big E, and now Big E going for a ride. Lashley with a suplex. Ciampa taking out Lashley. Ciampa's been obsessed with Lashley this matchup. Uppercut from Ciampa. Right hand now, Tommaso Ciampa with Bobby Roode off the ropes. Back body drop. Now Ciampa grabs Roode up to his feet. Lashley with a right hand. Big E runs over the WWE Champion. Lashley dropping Ciampa with an electric chair. And now Bobby Roode. Neckbreaker to Big E. Ciampa with a shoulder block. Roode with a right hand. Ciampa throws Lashley out of the ring. Now Ciampa. Oh, here we go. Ciampa. Willow's Bell. Connects. Ciampa with Willow's Bell. There's a chop. Ciampa going under Bobby Roode. Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, Bobby Roode pushes him away, and now Roode. Lashley and Big E going out now, and Lashley suplexes Big E. Roode with a right hand to Ciampa. This is anyone's game right now, I gotta say. It feels like it could go any way. Chop from Roode. Kicks Ciampa in the ribs. Lashley punching Big E in the face, and Roode grabs Ciampa. Ciampa thrown out of the ring now. Big E and Lashley spilling out of the ring. Big E with a knee strike. Bobby Roode still in the ring. He's all alone. Now he turns his attention to Lashley and Big E. Roode throws a cheap shot. Tommaso Ciampa, oh, he's pulling apart the announce table. Big E, or no, excuse me, Lashley, I couldn't see from this distance who it was. Oh, throws Roode head first into the steps. And now Ciampa pulling apart the other announce table. Lashley's gotten the better of both Big E and Bobby Roode. On the other side, but Big E back to his feet, and Big E throws Lashley back in the ring. Ciampa follows. And now everyone back in the ring. Ciampa jumps Lashley. Ciampa now with Bobby Roode. Tommaso Ciampa, whoa, tries to dump the champion. Big E with a discus forearm. Big E, German suplex. Ciampa dumps him out of the ring. Now Ciampa with Big E. Throws him in the announce table. Ciampa, air raid crash, puts Big E through the announce table. Tommaso Ciampa. And now a cover by Lashley. No, Ciampa saved by Roode. Lashley just threw a super kick. Now Lashley goes into the corner. Bobby Lashley looking to spear Bobby Roode. Lashley spears the WWE Champion. Tommaso Ciampa. Big E and Ciampa both gonna break up the cover. Big E now, a splash to the champion. Big E could be on the verge of being champion, but Bobby Roode takes him down. Lashley and Ciampa distracted one another outside. Ciampa pounds it on Lashley. Roode covers Big E. Now Roode grabs Ciampa. Glorious DDT. And now Lashley punching Ciampa in the face. Now Roode. Glorious DDT to Big E. Ciampa dumps Lashley out of the ring. Breaks up the pin. Ciampa into Ciampa lock. Ciampa. No, Roode has the ropes. Ciampa now. He's picking up Big E. Tommaso Ciampa. No, Big E counters. Big E and Ciampa, they've been a bit of an alliance as of late, just against the likes of the Hurt Business and Bobby Roode. But now, we're finally seeing them go head-to-head. Ciampa with her clothesline. Big E hangs into the ropes. Now Big E grabs Ciampa. Big E pushing Ciampa into the ropes. Lashley, no. Roode taking out the arm. Lashley in the corner, no. Big E. Clothesline from Lashley to Roode. Big E ducks Lashley. Big E. Clothesline from Bobby Lashley. Big E now rolling out of the ring. Lashley going after Bobby Roode. Bobby Lashley with the WWE Champion. Oh my goodness. Lashley deadlifts him. Running power slam. But once again, there's Tommaso Ciampa. And now Ciampa coming after Bobby Lashley. Tommaso Ciampa. Wait for a knee strike. Lashley countered. Lashley. Spine buster. Bobby. No! Ciampa shoving back Lashley. And now Bobby Lashley getting picked back up to his feet. And Ciampa dumps Lashley out of the ring. Big E back to his feet on the outside. Big E. No. Going after Lashley now. Ciampa and Roode back in the ring. Roode punching Ciampa in the back. Big E with Lashley. Big E throws Bobby Lashley back into the ring. And now Ciampa with a chop to Roode. Roode gets a knee strike to the face from Ciampa. Big E with a splash to Lashley on the apron. Bobby Lashley falls to the outside. Ciampa all alone in the ring. Ciampa going to the top rope. Tommaso Ciampa. Air Ciampa. Tries to dive, but Big E and Lashley are both out of the way. Ciampa lands on his feet. Big E gets thrown into the ring post. Ciampa now picks Big E up to his feet. Throws it back into the ring. Tommaso Ciampa. Here we go. Ciampa calling Big E up to his feet. Ciampa. Here we go. 4. Fairy tale. Ending. Bobby Roode back in the ring. Roode to the spear at Ciampa. Oh, come on. Covers Big E. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Roode steals it. Bobby Roode steals the win. Bobby Roode is still WWE Champion, as now we head in to the main event of the evening, the 8-man Money in the Bank ladder match. Ladies and gentlemen, that match is up next. The show is not over. I want to thank you for allowing post-commentary Xander to go solo for one. Not often I do this. Hopefully I won't ever have to do post-commentary alone again. I will now throw it to live commentary Xander, because the Money in the Bank ladder match was done with live commentary. So, that's been past Xander. Take it away, present Xander. Big win for Bobby Roode. His theme's gotten this copyrighted in the past. I gotta kind of finish up talking over it as it fades away. Bobby Roode retains the WWE Championship for yet another night. Now, for real this time, take it away, present Xander. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the main event of the evening. It is time to find out who will be the third annual Mr. Money in the Bank in LS11 Universe. As here comes the Tribal Chief. Reigns took a moment to linger there and look at the crowd. It is not my way of excusing the fact that the game is lagging today. As Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, makes his way to the ring. The first man that was announced for this matchup, Roman Reigns, a former WWE champion in his own right, the leader of the Bloodline, the head of the table tonight, looks to add the Money in the Bank briefcase to his repertoire. Roman Reigns making his way to the ring. So Roman Reigns, the first man in Money in the Bank tonight. As I said, he was the first man announced. He's the first man entering. We have 7 more men to have come out, though. So Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring. Here comes arguably one of the most hated men on SmackDown right now. He's the reason Seth Rollins is not competing tonight. Isaiah Swerve Scott, the leader of Hit Row, making his way to the ring. Isaiah Swerve Scott, this is a huge opportunity for this young man tonight, as he makes his way to the ring. You see, he points up at that Money in the Bank briefcase. He says it's coming down tonight. It's going to be his. It's coming to Hit Row. Because if you don't know, if you didn't already know, now you know. Out next, I would say he's limitless, but given the fact he was released before I recorded this the first time, Keith Lee making his way to the ring. A man who won a triple threat match to join this match. We knocked off Sheamus and Matt Riddle. I could not imagine anything that would derail Keith Lee here in LS11 Universe. Nothing that would end his huge run he's been on for the last few years, since really the beginning of LS11 Universe. Can't imagine anything that would mess that up. Keith Lee makes his way to the ring. Out next, the Messiah of the Backbreaker, Roderick Strong from Friday Night SmackDown, making his way to the ring. Roderick Strong, a real dark horse in this matchup, but many people think tonight could be the night for Roderick Strong to have a big breakout moment and win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Keep in mind, the Money in the Bank briefcase guarantees you a world title opportunity at any time, place of your anytime or place of your choosing. Now next, the third man from Monday Night Raw, the Ring General Walter, making his way to the ring. representing Imperium. He was the second man announced for this matchup. He and Roman Reigns announced without having to qualify due to their big wins at the Vengeance pay-per-view. Or at least the big win at Vengeance in Walter's case. Roman Reigns just been on the run of his career as of late. Has not lost a match since WrestleMania. So the ring general makes his way to the ring. Out next, the final man for SmackDown. The Prince, Finn Balor. This time last year, he walked into Money in the Bank as WWE World Champion. Tonight, he walks in looking to become the third ever Mr. Money in the Bank in LS11 Universe. Balor considered one of the heavy favorites alongside Roman Reigns and Walter. Out of the 8 men in this one, Balor, Reigns, and Walter are the 3 heavy favorites among the LS11 Universe. Balor tonight looks to earn himself another opportunity to potentially become the first ever 2-time World Champion in the LS11 Universe. So Finn Balor making his way to the ring. So Finn Balor makes his way to the ring. He is the last man on SmackDown entering tonight. We have 2 men left to enter this Money in the Bank ladder match. The self-professed megastar. Many think tonight. Quite a few people think tonight, though. Not quite enough to be the favorite, but many people do think tonight that we're going to see the megastar in the bank, as they have dubbed him. LA Knight, he thinks tonight is his night to climb the ladder, retrieve the briefcase, and guarantee himself a future world championship. He's the final man that qualified, so ladies and gentlemen, there's only 1 man left to enter tonight. We guarantee that Seth Rollins' replacement is from the NXT roster. Who's it gonna be? Oh my God. The Bruiserweight. The former NXT champion. Pete Dunne. His first ever appearance on a Raw and SmackDown branded pay-per-view. On a Raw and SmackDown branded show, period. Pete Dunne makes his way to the ring. Pete Dunne, in his first match on the main roster, I guess you could say, could be Mr. Money in the Bank. It wouldn't be the first time that someone's won Money in the Bank in their official debut, but Pete Dunne makes his way to the ring, the final man in the Money in the Bank ladder match for Season 3 of LS11 Universe. Pete Dunne enters the ring. Here we go. Oh, Reigns runs into a knee from Valter Keith Lee. Oh, Pete Dunne! Bitter end to LA Knight. Reigns with a spear to Valter. Swerve and Keith Lee both dumped over the top rope. Pete Dunne gonna look to do it again. Roderick Strong with Isaiah Swerve Scott. DDTs him on the apron as Reigns dumps Walter out of the ring. Keep in mind, Reigns and Walter, we've been waiting for these 2 balls to log horns for a while. Roderick Strong with an end of heartache to Isaiah Swerve Scott. LA Knight drops Pete Dunne. Reigns on the ladder and Walter takes out Reigns. Keith Lee picking up Finn Balor on the outside. And now Walter picking up Reigns. Walter grabs Roman Reigns. Dumps him out of the ring. Pete Dunne grabs LA Knight. Pete Dunne powerbombs LA Knight. Roderick Strong up to the top rope. Roderick Strong takes out Pete Dunne. Lots and lots of history in that one. Reigns and Walter back on the outside. As Keith Lee with a punch to the gut of LA Knight. And Walter grabs Reigns. Swerve Scott plants Roddy into the mat. Remember, Swerve pinned Roddy on Friday earlier this week. As Keith Lee now picking up the ladder. Swerve with the right hand to the back. Swerve Scott plants Keith Lee onto the ladder. Walter puts Reigns up against the barricade. Reigns gets knocked into the barricades again. And the ring general. Oh, Reigns with the right hand. Roman Reigns went for a clothesline. Walter, slams him into the mat. And Keith Lee clearing house right now. Keith Lee is clearing house. Keith Lee is all alone. He's climbing up the ladder. Roderick Strong climbs right up after him. Roman Reigns thrown into the ring now as well. Swerve and Walter into the ring. Keith Lee drops Roderick Strong. Reigns takes out Walter with overhead belly to belly. Swerve taking down LA Knight. Dunn grabs Balor. Pete Dunne drops Balor into the mat. Keith Lee. Oh, Keith. Spirit bomb to Roddy. They collide now. Reigns and Keith. Keith Lee hung up in the ropes by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns punches him in the back. As now Swerve back into the ring, as is Walter. Dunn going after Walter, the man who took the NXT Championship from him. And now Pete Dunne tries to throw the ring general. Reigns with a Superman punch to Keith Lee. Swerve Scott knocking LA Knight into the ring apron. Walter went for a drop kick. Reigns and Walter locking right back up. Walter knocks Reigns into the ropes, and now Walter with a right hand. He grabs Roman Reigns. Isaiah Swerve Scott now with LA Knight. Head first off the apron. Pete Dunne. Goes for a kick. Roderick Strong turns over Keith Lee. Pete Dunne putting Keith in the ropes, or puts Walter in the ropes. Walter with a chop. Balor back into the ring now, and out of the ring goes Dunne. Keith Lee turns his attention to Roman Reigns. Roderick Strong back into the ring now. Swerve with a powerbomb on the outside. Balor bringing a second ladder into this one. And now Balor picking up Reigns. Finn Balor pulls Reigns in. Balor. 1916. Roderick tries to grab Keith, who counters. Keith Lee thrown into the side of a ladder, which sends the ladder toppling out of the ring. Roddy with a knee strike to Keith. Walter throws Dunn onto the apron. Keith Lee dumped out of the ring. And now Walter with a ladder to the back of Roderick Strong. Finn Balor, no. Reigns with a right hand. Reigns. Throws Balor into the announce table. Reigns in the ring general. Both men climbing the ladder. We got a slugfest going on atop the ladder. As Keith Lee grabs Roderick Strong. Keith Lee. Walter plants Roman Reigns. Spirit bomb from Keith. Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne racing towards the ladder, as is Finn Balor. And Dunne and Balor as Swerve with a powerbomb on the outside to LA Knight. Walter is dangling from the briefcase. And Balor hits him with an electric chair. Keith Lee now has a ladder in hand. Keith Lee strikes Finn Balor. Strikes Roman Reigns. Finn Balor. Wait a minute. Swerve's got LA Knight up on the outside. Swerve has been laser focused, making sure to wipe out LA Knight, as Finn Balor now shotguns Pete Dunne into the corner. Walter with a ladder into the back. Reigns sweeps the leg of Keith Lee. Reigns runs into the ladder. Now Roddy back into the ring. Roderick Strong with a kick to the back of Keith Lee. Walter with a double axe handle. And now, Roderick Strong drills Keith Lee into the mat. And now, Roderick Strong with Roman Reigns. That's a face-off we've never seen. What a boot from the ring general. And now Roderick Strong, no. Reigns, headbutt. Strong, back body drop to the Tribal Chief. Reigns falling out of the ring. It's now Swerve has finally rejoined the mix on the inside. And he's still got his focus on LA Knight. Finn Balor going ham with the ladder now. As Keith Lee kick to the ribs of Walter. Keith Lee is going to look for another spirit bomb. My God, he is. Keith Lee with another spirit bomb. Strong taken out. Swerve is LA Knight to the outside of the ring. LA Knight grabs Finn Balor. Back body drop. Keith Lee all alone once again. LA Knight looking for the bottom rung. LA Knight all went for bottom rung. Keith Lee, all Roman counters. Roman Reigns. Uppercut to Keith. And a jab. Oh, Reigns and Lee collide again. Reigns. The strength of the Tribal Chief. Reigns runs across the ring. He's heading to the top, but Balor sends him crashing onto a ladder. Oh, Finn Balor's all alone in the ring. Swerve kicks strong in the head. Balor's all alone. Oh, LA Knight's back up to his feet, though. Balor with 1916. Reigns. Oh, drop kicks the ladder. Oh, God. Oh, Roman, what are you doing? Roman, what are you doing? Balor falls as Reigns dives onto him. Reigns with shades of his cousins with that splash. Oh, Keith Lee with a big chop. Oh, Dunn counters the attempted powerbomb. Keith Lee is all alone. Keith Lee, this could be his time. Oh, but Reigns getting back to his feet now, and Reigns. Reigns and Walter, what a team up here. They push the ladder over with Keith Lee on it. Reigns went for a Superman punch. Walter out of the way. On LA Knight with an uppercut to Swerve. Walter sends Reigns out of the ring. Swerve with LA Knight throws him into Roddy. Roderick Strong going after LA Knight now and dumps him out of the ring. Pete Dunne's got the ladder, slams it into the face of Walter. Pete Dunne. Oh, Swerve is picking a fight with the biggest dog in the yard here. As Pete Dunne is picking up the ladder. Swerve tries to grab Reigns, who kicks at his knees. Reigns. Oh, Swerve goes for a crossbody. Dunne with a ladder shot to Walter. Reigns with a spear to Swerve. Dunne atop the ladder now. Oh, bottom rung to Roderick Strong from LA Knight. Roman Reigns sends Pete Dunne crashing to the floor. LA Knight and Walter taking down Reigns. Finn Balor. 1916. LA Knight trying to push the ladder over with Walter on it, but he can't. Walter's too big, too strong. Reigns with a right hand to Swerve. Oh, went for a spear. Someone's got to stop Walter. Here comes Balor. Here comes Balor. Balor climbing up the ladder. Swerve and Balor double teaming him now. Here comes Keith Lee. We got some more muscle in this one. Balor. Good God, what's he doing? Neckbreaker off the top. Balor and Walter both spill to the outside. Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne. Oh, here comes Balor. Here comes Balor. And LA Knight. Balor and LA Knight. Spear! Electric chair! On Reigns hangs Keith Lee up, and Reigns. Single arm powerbomb to Lee. Reigns grabs Swerve, and Reigns with Swerve. Powerbombs him onto the ladder. Wipes out LA Knight as well. Roman Reigns. Clothesline. Reigns snatches the ladder from Pete Dunne. Slams it into Dunne. Keith Lee with a belly to belly. Spear! Reigns is on fire right now. Oh, but LA Knight dumps Roman out of the ring. Reigns goes out of the ring. Walter throws a ladder at him. Roman Reigns. Oh! A chair to the back of Walter, and now one to swerve. Anything goes in Money in the Bank, and Roman Reigns is leveling these two men with a steel chair now. Pete Dunne throws the ladder into the ring. Here comes Pete Dunne. Superman punch attempt. Pete Dunne ducked it. Dunne wipes out Reigns. Balor. 1916 to Lee. Dunne. Oh man, Pete Dunne. Bitter end to Reigns. Caught him with the ropes as well. Roderick Strong into the ring now. As Pete Dunne thrown over the top. Keith Lee takes down Balor. The ring emptying out as... Oh! Roderick Strong wiped out. Pete Dunne and Isaiah Swerve Scott now right next to one another. Down goes Dunne. LA Knight climbing the ladder. LA Knight. Oh, an elbow from Swerve. Strong now has to take out LA Knight. But can Strong push the ladder over? He's taking a beating. Walter powerbombed LA Knight. Gut wrench to Roderick Strong. Reigns with an elbow strike takes out LA Knight and Roddy. Walter picking up the ladder now, and Reigns picking up Roderick Strong, standing shooting star. Oh, Keith Lee just threw Finn Balor into the ring post. Reigns spears Walter again. Didn't get all of it though. Roderick Strong grabs Roman Reigns, and Roderick Strong takes Reigns out of the match. Uppercut from LA Knight. Swerve now with Pete Dunne. Swerve plants Pete Dunne into the mat. Balor has drop kick to Keith Lee. Roderick Strong back to his feet. He gets caught with a ladder. LA Knight is once again all alone in the ring. Roderick Strong is staggering back up to his feet. Roman Reigns is back up on the apron. And Reigns and Strong now, they push the ladder over. Reigns wiping out Roddy. Roman Reigns up to the top. Reigns, good God! Spear to LA Knight out of the air. LA Knight staggering back to his feet. LA Knight, how's he still freaking standing after that? I think he's having to use that ladder as almost a crutch. Oh, we managed to hit Reigns with it. It's an effective crutch if that's the case. Oh, and now Keith Lee. Keith Lee looking to permanently take LA Knight out with that big powerbomb. Reigns went for a shot with a chair. Oh my God, he's gonna DDT on a chair and ladder. Reigns now grabs Finn Balor and Roman Reigns with the print. Oh, LA Knight wiping out Reigns and Balor. Pete Dunne and Walter back into the ring again. This matchup has been so hard to follow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to provide some color for it as well now that I'm on my own for pay-per-views again. But this matchup, it's so hard to follow as Walter is all alone. Walter is atop the ladder. Roman Reigns is climbing out to the ring general. Reigns wipes him out. Done. Oh, Reigns. Elbow to Pete Dunne. Reigns and Dunne. This is a first time ever matchup here. Spear! Reigns just speared the hell out of Pete Dunne. Now Reigns wipes him out. Reigns with a clothesline to Finn Balor. Strong getting back to his feet. Roderick Strong. Drop kick to Reigns. Here comes Finn Balor into the ring. Knee strike attempt from Strong. Balor out of the way. Balor gets wiped out. Strong wiping out everyone that moves. Swerve atop the ladder. Here comes Strong. He's slowly but surely trying to pull himself up the ladder now. Walter with a right hand. Roderick Strong takes him down, but oh boy. Oh, and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne and Reigns colliding again. Balor sends Walter out of the ring. Out of the ring goes Reigns. Keith Lee, Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, Isaiah Swerve Scott. Oh, now it's just Dunne and Scott. Scott rolls out of the way, though. Swerve grabs the ladder from Pete Dunne. Swerve Scott went for a ladder strike. Walter picking up Finn Balor now, and Walter. Oh! Pete Dunne getting taken down by Swerve. Roman Reigns back to his feet now. Walter back into the ring. Roman Reigns turns his attention back to Roderick Strong. Reigns goes for an uppercut. Strong counters. Roderick Strong drop kick. Strong picks up the ladder. Oh, hits LA Knight in the face with it. Keith Lee. Drop kick from Strong. Strong and Knight. Oh, Strong sent out of the ring again. LA Knight looking real proud of himself for that one. LA Knight, well, he doesn't fly off him, but he's going to look to try tonight, it seems. Oh, Pete Dunne chowing down on the fingers of the ring general. Here comes Isaiah Swerve Scott. Oh, Pete Dunne! Pete Dunne! Pete Dunne! Finn Balor taking out Pete Dunne. But Pete Dunne is still atop the ladder. LA Knight wiping himself out. Pete Dunne is down. Walter right hand to Balor. Oh my god, Swerve plants Reigns onto a ladder. Walter. Powerbomb to Balor. Oh, done with a DDT to Roderick Strong. Pete Dunne. Oh, he and Strong colliding again. Strong with Dunne. Sends him over the top. Roderick Strong wipes out his old NXT rival. Oh, no one's there. No one's there. Roddy's all alone. Roderick Strong's all alone. Roderick Strong is Mr. Money in the Bank. Everyone else was distracted. Roderick Strong took out the only man that was going to stop him in Pete Dunne. And Roderick Strong wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Roderick Strong is Mr. Money in the Bank. Thank you all for watching tonight. I've been Xander, back on solo commentary for minor for B-show pay-per-views, not the big four essentially. And until next time, I've been Xander, and that was Universe.